You are unrecognizable and unidentifiable. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, you are unrecognizable and unidentifiable. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say, you don't know this version of me. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, you don't know this version of me. Now, a lot of times people are going to still try to make you feel like who you say you are, that's not who you are. A lot of people are going to try to make you feel like the things that you have accomplished ain't what you accomplished. And people are going to try to make you feel like the hard work that you've put in and the person that you have became, right, ain't who you are, and that's not the work that you put in to become who you are. In other words, you ain't nobody in their minds. In other words, you still the same person from the street, from the strip club, from the block, from your mama house, from school. You still the same individual. Whoever you have became and all the things that you have done to become who you are don't mean nothing to me. That's their opinion. That's their mindset, right? But see, the reality is you are unrecognizable. You are unidentifiable. That's why they try to blow past it. That's why they try to act like it don't exist, because it's mind-blowing, right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, I got you shook. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I got you shook. Now, y'all know your boy gonna do some simple Google encyclopedia research. And so I did, y'all. The word unrecognizable means incapable of being identified or recognized. Now, what this means is, y'all, you've been through so much, overcame so many obstacles, prospered in so many different ways, succeeded, all right? Went to many different levels, walking different, talking different, right? So much to where they can't even identify or recognize who you are. It would literally be up to you to place the spotlight on yourself, right? To unveil who you really are, reintroduce yourself, for them to say, oh, that's such and such, or for them to say, oh, that's him, that's her. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. So ultimately what I'm saying is, y'all, this is why you are unrecognizable and unidentifiable. Again, you ain't walking the same 5 years, 5 months, 5 weeks, or even 5 days ago, right? You're not talking the same. You got a different persona. And it's not because you're faking. It's because you are reshaping your entire life. And sometimes people won't understand that. Sometimes people do understand that, but they don't want to comprehend that. And sometimes people do comprehend that, but they won't be able to move forward with you because they're not a part of the mission. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? And so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get directly into it now. As y'all can see, we are right here in front of the legendary gray couch. Anytime I am in front of the legendary gray couch, y'all, something legendary going to be said, and that's just how they go. And of course, family, I'm sending nothing but love, peace, and prosperity to y'all, all right? I hope y'all are having a marvelous day. And your boy having a delightful day himself, so I want to put that positive energy on to y'all. But I want to say this too, man. You know, I got some real dope supporters. Like, I have people who reach out to me if they haven't seen me post a lot or if they haven't seen me post as frequently, right? And just reach out to me. And y'all know I always say, check on your strong friends, right? Except I look at y'all as my family, but at the same time, it goes the same way. So I just want to say, shout out to those who reach out to me. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all hit me up in my DMs, in my group, right? The Rich Mentality Academy. Shout out to y'all. I really appreciate y'all because I'm not going to lie, y'all. When you are encouraging consistently, motivating consistently, putting together groups and communities, you know, engaging with so many different people every day, it can be draining. It can be tiresome, sometimes frustrating, right? And so I just want to put that positive energy back out there to y'all. Thank y'all so much for reaching out to your boy. But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get directly into it, family. Leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all, but y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. Let's do this. Number one, y'all, it's going to be this right here. The power of reinvention. Okay? Let me say it once again, y'all. Louder for my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, the power of reinvention. Now, what this means is, y'all, is that The action of process through which something is changed so much that it appears to be entirely new. That's what reinvention is. All right. And then I said, well, what does it mean to appear? Right. I looked up appear. Appear means to seem, semicolon, give the impression of being. Right. And so I went to thinking about when I grill food. You know, y'all know I love grilling. And so I realized that whenever you put some ribs on the grill, you pull the membrane off, it's still ribs. You put season on it, rub on it, honey on it, barbecue sauce. Maybe you put vegetables on it. Guess what? Ain't nothing changed. It's still ribs. Even when you cook it, guess what? Ain't nothing changed. It's still ribs. However, to certain people, they don't see the difference. It becomes unidentifiable and unrecognizable. Now, y'all stay with me. Those ribs are meant to taste different. They're meant to look different. They're meant to have a different texture. They're meant to be more tender, right? However, y'all, it's the same meat. It didn't change into chicken. It didn't change into turkey. It didn't change into oxtails. It's ribs, right? We know what are you saying right now. That's the power of reinvention. See, you're still you. You still got the same heart. You still got the same mind. You still have the same, fingers, right? You ain't growing to an octopus. However, y'all, some people try to make it more difficult than what it is. The problem is, y'all, is that you have now transcended and transitioned into a new individual because of the power of your reinvention. Everybody don't want to accept it. Everybody don't want to say, oh, I get it. Some people are looking at it as if you're faking. Some people are looking at it as if you are carrying a persona that you don't even believe in. And the reality is, this is who I am. And if you don't want to accept it, you don't have to. But I got to. Because this is my new reality. Somebody drop that down below in the comments. This is my new reality, right? People who have reinvented themselves, and this messed me up when I looked it up, but Arnold Schwarzenegger, I never knew that his reinvention process was crazy as it is. Listen, y'all, the man went from being a bodybuilder, from a bodybuilder to an actor, from an actor to the governor of California. And not only was he the governor of California, but the brother was the governor of California for, I want to say, 7 years and 10 months. All right, according to the research, 7 years and 10 months. But the point is that some people only recognize him as a bodybuilder. Another person only recognizes him as an actor. Someone else only recognizes him as a governor. But you know what never changed? Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's still him. Just a reinvention process. Ice Cube is another one. He went from gangster rap to an actor to a filmmaker to now the brother doing Big Three. He got his own basketball teams, his own basketball league. That's the power of reinvention. Some people only know him as NWA Ice Cube. Ice Cube, it was a good day, right? Some people may only know him from his acting. What's the big movies, y'all? Friday after next Friday. Are we there yet? Are we done yet? Some people only know him for that. And then some people only know that he has Cube Productions or Cube Visions. And some people only know him from being a Big Three basketball league owner. But you know what never changed? Is him being Ice Cube, right? And that's the power of reinvention. You reinvent yourself, but you still got the same heart. And some people is still unrecognizing to it and unidentifying to it. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. Number 2, your responses and reactions. Yeah, your responses and reactions. You know, family, when you are unrecognizable and unidentifiable, two of the main things that make that happen is your responses and reactions. When you think about Martin off of the Martin Show, right? When it got to the ending of the show, the ending of the seasons, the ending of those episodes, he didn't seem like the very first Martin that we met through that show. Not because something was wrong with him, but you can tell he outgrew the show. It started turning into like a spinoff of for Pam. It almost became Pam's show, right? If for those who are true Martin fans, y'all know what I'm talking about. When it became more about her and the record label and stuff like that, Martin and Gina wasn't even really together no more. They was always in one city, she in another city. He got business, she got business. It really wasn't the same anymore, y'all. So the responses that Martin was having and the reactions that he was having, it didn't really seem like the Martin show no more is what I'm saying. Well, that's the same thing with yourself. Maybe you was that type of person who will always snap on a person. You will always go off. You would be quick to give that response or reaction. You would be quick to get a person off you, right? You would be quick to tell a person off. I know how you do. I know how you used to do it. But now you are more calm, composed. You're more to yourself, reserved. You're more chill. You're more, not so much in everybody's faces. You're not trying to prove a point. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Somebody drop in the comments and say, I don't got nothing to prove. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I don't got nothing to prove. Y'all remember on the movie, Why Did I Get Married? Not two, but Why Did I Get Married? When y'all know the dark-skinned, bald-head guy, not Maurice Chestnut. Somebody said that last video, but it's the dark-skinned, bald-head guy, y'all. Y'all got to help me up down below in the comments. But him and Jill Scott, right? They were supposed to be married. Jill Scott was overweight in the movie, and that was supposedly why he was unattracted to her. But long story short, he began sleeping with her friend, right? And she loved her friend. She was actually going to war about her friend over the friends that she had already had before her. You follow what I'm saying? And so once she found out that she was sleeping with her husband the whole time, she was in shock. And so the next time she seen her, she was like, all I want to do is pray for you. I didn't know if I was going to want to beat you up, knock you out, tell you off, snap on you. I didn't know what I wanted to do. But all I want to do, surprisingly, is just pray for you. And when you get in that place, y'all, you become powerful. When you get in that place, y'all, you become unrecognizable. When you get in that place, you become unidentifiable. They're so used to you snapping, going off. They're so used to you being emotionally unintelligent. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. It is your responses and your reactions that make you unrecognizable and unidentifiable. Listen, y'all, number 3 is going to be this right here. Their own perception of you. Their own perception of you. Y'all know my favorite rapper of all times is Tupac. I done said it 100 times, all right? This probably the 101st time, but here we are saying it again. But Tupac is looked at differently by so many different people. Somebody may see him as a gangster rapper. Somebody may see him as a fake. Somebody may see him as a revolutionary. Somebody may see him as an activist. Somebody may see him as a motivational speaker. Somebody may see him as a poet. Somebody gonna see him as an actor. The list goes on. Somebody may see him just as a family member, right? But see, you are, and Eminem said this the best. He said that I am who you say I am. Whatever your perception of me is, that's what I am to you. It don't mean that that's who I am, overall or within totality, but that's who I am to you. And so with that being said, family, just like Pop, how many people see him as many different individuals, that's the same thing with yourself. It's their perception of you. And so if they choose to see you who you were last year, so be it, y'all. You can't change it. You're going to always be unrecognizable and unidentifiable to them. If they choose to see you as who you were when you was in kindergarten, so be it, y'all. That's how they see you. It don't make it true. All right? Somebody drop that down below in the comments. That's not true. It don't make it true. However, you can't change the perception of how another person see you. All you can do is be in charge of your presentation, right? All you can do is be in charge of your presentation, but you can never be in charge of another person's perception of you. How they see you ain't got nothing to do with you. Point blank, period. Number 4, y'all, it's going to be this right here. Your environment. Yeah, your environment. Have you ever seen a person who was in the hood or in a bad area or was around the wrong people? You can just tell that they don't have that same spirit when they get into another environment that's good, right? When they're around the wrong people, you can tell that they are around troublemakers, and you can tell that their path and their actions are starting to take a life of the same people who are around them. You can tell that they are doing things that's not really them, but their environment make them look like that's who they are. Their environment make them look like that's who they are, right? A person who was in prison, who was innocent, but guess what? And it's many people who've been there. But a person who went to prison and they're innocent, guess what? Inside that prison, you look like another criminal, my guy. You look like another criminal, my girl. You just look like another criminal. You look like everybody else in here. You got the same uniform. You eat the same food. You go to the restroom the same time they tell y'all to go. You're the same. What differentiates y'all is the heart. But guess what? You take that same person from around the wrong people, the wrong crowds, outside of that prison, that jail, and you put them in corporate America with a suit on, and then give them the mindset to match it. Whew, totally different person. They will be unrecognizable and unidentifiable. I'm going to just be honest, y'all. Totally different person. So your environment does matter. You take a rose in the desert, you won't be able to even appreciate it the same way as you see that rose in the garden. Meaning that rose in the desert, you're going to overlook it. Why? Because it's not even supposed to be there. It stands out, but it looks ugly. It stands out, but it doesn't look like it's, nourishing. It stands out, and this is a rose. But since it's in the middle of a desert, you don't value it the same way. It don't look the same as it would in a fresh garden. Oh, man. In a fresh garden, everything just looks so fresh, nourishing, nurturing. You just want to be around it all day because of the environment. Point blank period, y'all. Number 5, the last thing is you are glowing. All right, the last thing is number 5, family, you are glowing. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I got that glow. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I got that glow, because you do. And see, family, when you got the Spirit of God surrounding you, you going to glow. When you're happy, when you eating right, you going to glow. When you moving correctly, when you are at peace, you going to glow. When you begin to take care of yourself, show self-love and self-care, and you realize your self-worth, you going to glow anywhere you go. Y'all remember Why Did I Get Married To, right? Why Did I Get Married To? Diane, Tyler Perry's wife on the movie. Y'all remember when she started cheating on him emotionally and mentally? I don't think she ever stepped out, but she did do it emotionally and mentally, right? And had Tyler Perry never said nothing, she was going to go with the action. She was going to go with the movement. I can tell you that for sure. But what happened was, y'all, she was emotionally and mentally cheating. And so she began to get that first feeling that she got when she was dating Tyler Perry. The guy was humorous. The guy was charismatic. The guy was making her feel special, making her feel seen. And so she was wearing different things like a slip, like dresses, like different perfumes. She was switching up her whole style. And then Tyler Perry was like, hey, what's going on? Did I miss something? I haven't seen you this happy since such and such, such and such. And she like, no, I'm all good. I'm just happy to see you, babe. Just lying about it, right? But he had recognized that she was unrecognizable and unidentifiable. I don't know this new version of you. I don't recognize this new glow up. I don't recognize it because with me, you didn't have it. So the point is, y'all, is that people will recognize your glow. Oh, they will most definitely recognize your glow. However, y'all, you're going to be unrecognizable and unidentifiable because they can't believe that it's you glowing that way, right? Like, I see the beauty, but I can't believe it's you who's beautiful. I see the handsomeness, but I can't believe it's you that's handsome. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. But with that being said, family, yes, you are unrecognizable and unidentifiable. We're going to do a recap, and then we'll conclude this video. Number 1, y'all, the power of reinvention. Number 2, your responses and reactions. Number 3, their own perception of you. Number 4, your environment. And number 5, y'all, you were glowing. Understand that. Listen, family, y'all, make sure y'all go over to the Rich Mentality Academy. Y'all be sure to join the membership, okay, and go meet your tribe. Be sure to get one of those books, yes sir, t-shirts, book a one-on-one session with your boy. Listen, y'all, the links are all in the bio, all on my YouTube channel if you would like to do so. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.